Hello, Natsu here. Today I'm going to do part 2 of What If Deku Found the Omnitrix. In the last part, we just finished the entrance exam with Deku bringing Roraka to Recovery Girl. After that, he basically just left without her even seeing what he truly looks like. All she saw was a guy, something being like a blob of white and green. He taking control of the robot, and then after that coming out of it and just turning into that blue and black speedster or something. So, yeah, after a while, Deku, not after a while, but after that, Deku went back home, and during the time after that, he started training more. During the period of times before he got the envelope. Deku tried to see if they had a name or if he should give them for himself, because he wasn't really sure if it was a good idea to just not give them name, since if he has to work with a team, they have to know which transformation he's about to use. So he decides he's gonna try and see if they have names. But for now, he still just wants to train. So all he does is train his own body, look at if he can do more stuff with the transformation he already has. And during that night, Kirishima calls him to ask if they can talk. Deku says yes, and he asks when. So Kirishima tells him the next day at the beach, at the beach. And so the next day, both him and Deku go there to meet. They didn't call All Might because he wanted to talk to Deku personally. So once they get there, he asks him if he can have help, because he isn't sure if he's going to be taken in. He knows he did great with the amount of points, and with One for All. I'll guess Deku told him to use it like he used his quirk all over his body, so Kirishima already has full calling. But he says he isn't sure about if he did well for the written exam. Deku tells him that he has got it. Since I would say they did, as well as the training, they did do homeworks and stuff together, even though they're not from the same school. So just to help him to help him get a better score, since they know that was it with a written exam. So he tells him that he got this. So after a while of talking, Deku tells him, "What do you think of my transformation, and what do you think I should name them or find them names?" Kirishima, being Kirishima, tells him, you have to give them cool names, since I saw that every time you transform, you just kind of seem to ask yourself which one you should go as. So Deku tells him, okay, fine, but I'm not sure what to name them. So Kirishima tells him, well, you just have to find something that you think is good for them, or natural. So after a while of talking, they decide to train a bit, and then Kirishima goes back home as well as Deku. After a while, they find, well, no, not they find, but they both get the letters accepted. All Might telling them that they're gonna be in class 1A. So on the first day of school, Kirishima asks Deku if he can come and take him to school with his fast guy. So Deku tells him, I'm not supposed to use my quirk. We're not supposed to use our quirk. But then Kirishima tells him, yeah, but can you? Just for today? We'll keep it a secret. Deku just says, okay, fine, and grabs him. So they arrive at school. Both of them walk together to class. Deku's like, okay, yeah, the door is big. What kind of student is there here? Kirishima's just impressed, like, that Deku's thinking like that. Since, well, you're one to talk, you have a guy that's taller than All Might. And Deku's like, yeah, you're right. So then both of them enter the class, and just like in the original, the talk of Ida and Bakugo, Ida telling Bakugo to take his feet off because it's not respectful with the school. So after that, Bakugo sees Deku and is like, Deku, what are you doing here? Kirishima tells Deku, wait, you know that guy? He seems manly. Deku's like, yeah, we went to the same school. But before I got my quirk, he was a bully. Bakugo just kind of tells him, yeah, well, you were quirkless until 10 months ago. Everyone that was there just kind of looks at him and says, wait, he was quirkless? But he's so strong with his quirk. And then the door opens behind them, and it's Uraraka. It's like, whoa, so many people are already here. So since she didn't, grab the Deku when he was falling, since he didn't fall, nor did she see Deku's real face, she didn't really talk directly to him like in the original. So after a bit, Aizawa wakes up and he tells the class, it took you 8 seconds to shut up. This won't do at all. Everyone looks at him like, wait, who the hell is he? What is he doing there? Then he tells them, I'm your classroom teacher, Mr. Aizawa. This isn't a place to make friends. At this school, you're here to be heroes. So everyone put on your gym clothes and meet me in the yard. Then like in the original, Ochako thank him, wait, but the entrance ceremony and everything, and then he says, this isn't a Aizawa tells her, this isn't a normal school. I can do whatever I want with you. So come and go change and meet me in the yard, and just leaves. So I would say Deku did get the most points since, well, he kind of ran around the whole city destroying robots with Accelerate, even though that's not the name he gave it, since he doesn't even have names yet. But yeah, so then they get to, everyone gets changed. While they're changing, everyone sees the watch and are like, what's that? An accessory for your quirk? Then Deku says, oh no, that actually grew up on my arm after being attacked by a villain. When I use my quirk, I need to tap those two buttons and then choose what I transform into. They're like, but it looks like it's an accessory. How did it grow on your arm? Then he says, well, it's not an accessory because it's literally part of my arm. And whatever happens to... And for the how it got there, I was attacked by a sludge villain who tried to suffocate me, and my quirk just kind of came up, and I transformed into this man of fire. They're like, wait, fire? So, what? Then Deku tells them, well, the villain just kind of jumped off of me after that because it was hurting him. And he says, okay, but how are you sure it comes from that the first time and stuff? And then he tells them, well, on each of my transformation I have the same mark as this, pointing to the symbol on the Omnitrix. And they're like, so how does it work? He says, well, just like I explained, you have to press the two buttons, then twist it, take the alien you want, and then press it. I have a time limit though. Kirishima tells them, yeah, but Deku's like, around 10 minutes. Then Kirishima tells him, no, wait, you're wrong. When we sparred the other day, you stayed transformed longer than that. Then Deku's like, right, I think he documented a bit, but I don't know from how much. I didn't try it. Because when I press the button while I'm transformed, I go back to this form, to how I look right now. So you can transform, you have a time limit, and you can untransform at whenever you want. So that's good, right? Then then they finish changing and they go out. When they're out, Aizawa tells them, okay, Izuku, come here. He tosses him the ball and tells him, what was your best throw in middle school? Deku tells him the number, and then Aizawa tells him, okay, I want you to use your quirk this time, before throwing it. So Izuku tells him, anything? Okay. Then he transformed into Forearm, which he was impressed, because all he saw was a blob that could control machine, and a blue flash, since he didn't actually saw the full form that he was in, since he was moving too fast. So Deku throws the ball pretty far, which was impressive. I would say around... Ben, when he was young and used forearm, he was able to throw he was able to lift a pillar of rock and then punch something and send him almost across an entire graveyard. So with a ball, I would say it goes over 600, 700 meters, which everyone is pretty impressed. Then Ochako says, "Oh, this looks fun. I really want to try it too." So Aizawa tells them, "This looks fun. Okay then. The one that does the worst gets eliminated and gets thrown out of school." Mineta saying, "Wait, but you can't do that." Aizawa tells him, "I'm the teacher here, and we can do more things to you than what a teacher in any other school can do. So if I want to, I'm going to expel you." Bakugo gets angry because of how far Midoriya threw the ball and tried to attack him, and when Aizawa stopped his quirk, Deku had already pressed to transform into Diamond Head to just kind of be able to resist the explosion. So that happened. Then Aizawa tells Bakugo, "If you try that again, you're expelled on the spot." So Bakugo stands down. Then they start doing everything else. The jump, the long jump, he used Think Fly. The grip test, he used once again forearm. The speed, he used Accelerate, which made him go actually far beyond on the speed of Ida, since he can do the distance they did in less than a second. For the grip test, he literally just destroyed it. The sidestep, I would say he simply stayed in his human form, since... No, he went Accelerate and did the most, while using Stingfly, well, he got Infinite, since he can basically just stay like that for a while. Every other things that we didn't see, he does a lot better thanks to the alien he has. And everyone did the same thing, except that Kirishima was a bit higher. At the end, Mineta had the lowest score. So, I know most people do this, but I'm still going to do it because I just hate Mineta. I'm going to expel him. And I'm going to say that they told one of the people from Class 1B to go up. So, you know what? No, scratch that. Mineta stays even though I hate him. Just because if not, well, it complicates things for me. So, he's still in school, and Aizawa just told him to go back, because it was just to show them that at any time he could expel them. So the next day they just see Mineta come back and they're like, "Wait, what happened?" which pretty much everyone was kind of relieved but stressed because of what Aizawa did. So after that, the next day, well, when Mineta comes back, it's All Might's turn to teach, and they do the exam with, well, not exam, but the hero versus villain. So All Might makes the same team as before: Ochako and Midoriya, Bakugo Ida, everyone else with everyone else. And then since Midoriya, Team Midoriya and Team Bakugo are the first one, she tells Deku, what do we do? Since they have a time to plan, and Deku just says, well, I have a form that is basically a ghost, so I'll just use that and go grab the bomb real quick. Since if not, Bakugo might try to hurt us a lot. So the timer starts, All Might says go, and then Deku just transforms into Ghost Freak and just kind of go and grab the bomb. So after like 10 seconds, they just hear hero teams win, which Ida and Bakugo didn't even... Ida was just shocked, and Bakugo didn't even have time to leave the first floor. He runs back in and just sees a great thing floating with the bomb in its hand, and it's like, what the hell? Then Deku just kind of transforms after going back down. So All Might tells Deku that was a good use of your quirk, but it didn't leave Ochako time to show what she could do. But it was a good way to end it without any confrontation. Like, both of you didn't know that he could do that, so I guess we can't reprimand you for not trying to hide it, but still, good job. Then every other team will basically do the same, except with Kirishima, which, since his hardening is stronger and that he can literally punch with wind pressure if he decides to only use it on one part of his body and hardens it, he can use like 20% already thanks to that. So after a while everyone did the same thing, and after that they went back home. So like in the anime, after a while they decide to choose who they're gonna choose for the class president. Everything happens about the same with everyone running, except that this time Deku sees it with Ida, and all he does is change into Scenario and lifts, kind of just entangles everyone, and it's like, stop moving, it's just the reporter that broke in. Everyone calms down after seeing that. Stuff happens. Midoriya still decides that Ida would be better for a class president anyway. And I'm going to leave it here. So I'm going to try and see if well, what name I would choose for them, or if he's playing with the Omnitrix and unlock the vocal mode, which can tell him the name of the species. And yeah, that's where I'm gonna end it. So, hope you liked it. Natsu out.